Hello again, guys. I'm back with some more Valiant Thor facts. I want to make clear for a lot of people of you out there that still don't believe me. Okay, let me slow it down for you in case you guys don't get what I'm saying. That's why I keep saying pay attention. Simply because if you don't pay attention to the things I'm saying, then you're gonna miss everything. Don't pay attention to me moving around the goddamn camera, okay? Pay attention to what I'm saying. And you guys can investigate this stuff yourself. That's all I'm saying. I'm not asking you for any money from this. I don't care, you know? But me as an American citizen felt that, let me show the people what's going on so they don't have to fucking keep paying for these stupid lectures of these people promoting that hoax, okay? Doesn't get any clearer than that. So let me start from the beginning, since a lot of you don't get what I'm saying, okay? I am telling you that Valiant Thor is a hoax created by Frank Ernest Stranges. And let me explain why. This is Howard Menger, who you're looking at with his wife Rose, okay? That's his first wife, Rose, all right? Now, he's been with her for many years. Here is the conference that he made in Highbridge, New Jersey. It was a private conference. It was a UFO alien conference. All right. And as you can see, Howard Menger's right there with his wife Rose. I just showed you guys what she looked like. All right. And so you have these people that were there. There was no Venusians or Martians or any of that there. Okay, guys? All right. Now you get the point. That's Howard Menger over here. That's Frank Ernest Stranges right there, sitting right there. All right? He's taking notes. Now, if you think that an extraterrestrial with a supreme high Q ain't gonna be sitting down writing notes, you guys are some complete stupid people out there. Seriously, yes, you are stupid. Okay? I'm trying to be as fair as I can. But if you guys don't get it, then you don't get it, okay? If you're too concerned about me moving the camera, or you're too concerned about me not supposedly giving you the facts, which I am, then move on. Go to another video and keep believing this bullcrap, okay? Let's continue. Like I said, that's Howard Menger's farm. Well, home, not farm, all right? And the year for this would be 1956 or 57, not 1958, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Let me continue. Frank Ernest Stranges lived in Irvington, New Jersey when this took place right here, all right? So we're talking about a man who's been into the UFO alien phenomenon since 1945. He tells you himself. So you mean to tell me that he can go to Giant Rock, okay, the convention there? He can go to other conventions, but not a local convention of a local celebrity? You guys are really stupid out there, I'm telling you, okay? This man will walk around with the same photograph of the 1950s, and just because he does that, you guys just simply think that it's real. It's not real, okay? Like I said, why is it that he was the only one that came forward with this bullcrap story? No one else from that crowd that you see at the convention right here, Howard Menger's home, in Highbridge, how come no one else step up? No, but it has to be Frank only, right? Why would Frank come up with all that if he supposedly was not there? Right? Okay, let me continue. This guy is the one you guys know as Valiant Thor. Did you guys hear me correctly? Okay, look at his face correctly. This is a young Frank Ernest Stranges. That is what I'm trying to tell you guys out there. I'm not saying that the Valiant Thor story that he created, this somebody else. Listen, pay attention to what I'm telling you. This is Frank Ernest Stranges right there, sitting down, taking notes at Howard Menger's home, okay? And there's apparently another guy who's speaking, and they're all paying attention to him. So this guy is this guy, Frank Ernest Stranges, Did you fucking get it now? Huh? Okay. Now that we get that out the way, that this fucking guy is this guy, which is Frank Ernest Strange's. Right here, this is his Bible Institute where he went in Minnesota. Okay, and that's Frank right here. That's him right there. All right, that's his classmates, I guess you can say. All right. That's the North Central Institute, the Bible Institute in Minnesota. That's where he went. It was real. He was there. As you guys can see, that's him right there. The same guy sitting at Howard Menger's home writing notes. But don't believe me though, okay? You guys can believe the same crap you want to believe that he gave you. Now, here's the other guy who they used as Valiant Thor. And when I say that, let me clarify so you can pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? Augie C. Roberts, who of course you guys know by that name, right? He used the head of this guy right here, Jesse J. Womble. Pay attention. Look, I'm going to show you. This guy died in 1945, but look. That's him right there, Jesse J. Womble. That's him right there. Now, if you guys don't get what I'm saying, that is his head on Frank Strange's body. All right? Look at the anomaly right there on the newspaper. Okay? Not only that, the other photographs, you can notice anomalies where it tells you that something is not going on right. And this was from a reliable source that said that this guy, Jesse, unfortunately, Jesse's head was used for this body. Don't believe me, though. It's okay. You don't have to believe me. You can keep believing that Valiant Thor crap, which is not real. Okay, this is a picture still of Jesse. All right? And this is a closer picture, actually. As you can see, the anomaly of the newspaper. Why is the newspaper that small and why is it not clear? That newspaper should be very clearly. But as you can see, the anomaly is what made it look blurry like that and little. So yeah, that's what they did. And look at the hairline. Okay, now I want to... Yeah, you know what? That's why I have to detail it for a lot of you guys, because you are not paying attention. Okay? Then you're saying, well, that's not Frank right there. That is exactly what I'm saying. This is not Frank. I never said that's Frank right there. Okay? There are two people that they're portraying as Valiant Thor. The reason they did it like that is so that you cannot identify Frank as Valiant Thor. Now you get it, people? Do you get it now? As you can see, the hairline is different, right? It's not a comb over like Frank always has the comb over, as you saw the young gentleman with the same comb over hairdo. But that's not what I'm saying. I already showed you documented proof that Frank Ernest Strange's original hair color is brown, was brown. Isn't that the identity that he gave you for Valiant Thor? Huh? Wavy brown hair. But what about him? Wavy gray hair. Right? Okay. You guys paying attention now, right? Hopefully you are. Let's continue. This guy right here, once again, it's not Frank. That is not Frank. That is Jesse Womble. Look at the anomaly on the hair. You see the anomaly? Ah, you paying attention. You see the anomaly right there. That happens when people are altering photographs. Okay? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Alright? Now remember, the body belongs to Frank. The head does not. Now, before I explain more, as you guys know, this is the big mystery where he has a newspaper and he has a note that he was writing on, okay? And as you can see, he's holding a pen on his right hand. And he has that, right? But of course, people say for props, they came looking as humans and all that good stuff and dressed as humans. All right, well. All right. Pay attention closely to this newspaper because I blew this part up right here, all right? Which is right here. It's 10 cents. All right? All right? Now you got it? Okay, let's move on. And on the other side of the paper, you see 33.7 right here. When you're looking over here, the paper that he's holding, 33.7. Now, if you go to the newspaper called the Sunday News, November of 1956, you will see that this is the same newspaper that he's holding right there on his hands. Now, you may say, well, look for it yourselves. Because, since you guys already don't believe me, why not look for it yourselves so you guys can see I'm not the one deceiving you here. Okay? These pictures were not taken in 1958, and I will continue to tell you why. So, as I said, 10 cents in the upper right corner. Let's move back a little bit. Okay, back here again, right? This conference, just so that you guys understand clearly, all right? Howard Menger's home, this home we're looking at, this is the backyard, all right, was sold in December of 1956. You don't believe me? Look it up. All right? Look it up. So, that tells you a lot right there. The home was already sold. And I told you in my other video, who was it sold to? A guy named Adam. You know? Look it up, guys. You can see that Frank, creating the story that he created, he used all the information of that time, all right, of the 1950s, including the rumor that Dwight Eisenhower, president at that time in the 50s, went to visit some alien beings. Now, we're told what Frank says, that it was a Valiant Thor. That's not true. Because you see, there are other guys that are speaking about the event, but they're not talking about no Valiant Thor. They're mentioning some other type beings. And they did not describe anyone by that name, Valiant Thor. But don't believe me, okay? Don't believe me, because you guys want to sit there and read a book that a desperate old man wrote, okay? And I call it a fairy tale because that's what it was. He did what others did before him, which is he made himself a Venusian. Not in physical sense where he was going to lecture saying, "Oh, I'm a Venusian." No. Do you guys, are you listening to me, guys? Are you paying attention? He did it in a different fashion. He didn't do it like others that used to go to the Giant Rock Convention and they would say, "Hey, yeah, I'm from planet Venus or Mars and I'm a hybrid." And he didn't do it that way. He just used the photograph, of course, that his friend Augie Roberts took of the conference in Howard Menger's home. And mind you, Howard Menger and Augie Roberts were friends. Okay? And so was Frank. Frank was their friend too. But bear in mind, if you notice, if Valiant Thor was real, like I keep telling you guys, Howard Menger would have mentioned it. Augie Roberts, the man who took the photographs, right? Why didn't he step forward? Why? In all of his interviews that he have, you guys can look all that up. He doesn't mention anything about Venusians, Val Thor, and his friends from Venus. None. Okay? He doesn't even mention that in the Saucerian Bulletin that he worked for, like I told you guys, from 1953 to 1962 for Gray Barker. But you guys don't have to believe me, though. You can believe what you want. Okay? You're not paying attention to the details that I'm giving you. Okay? You guys are just refusing to accept that Valiant Thor is a hoax. Then ask yourself, why, if you are a man walking around with photographs of the 1950s saying that the people that you have seen, these guys, do not age one bit, then why can't you provide me, or the people, photographic evidence, right, after the 1950s to confirm that these people were real? Oh, but that's right. His wife told me that Val didn't want him to take photographs. Typical answer. But yet, I don't understand. I keep telling you guys, all you have to do is look at all my videos. So if you miss something on this one, you're going to catch it on my other videos, because I kept telling you guys. I dedicated this whole YouTube channel to this Valiant Thor story because I feel that I, have done more investigation into the story than anyone else did. And for anyone to say that it can't be proven or disproven, that's where you're wrong at. Because I disproved this story by showing you guys that that young man sitting right here that they call Valiant Thor's Frank Ernest Strangers. I already showed you. It's not that hard to see that this man is Frank. Look it up yourselves. Okay, this is from the archives of the North Central Bible Institute in Minnesota. The seminary. He did. He went. He seriously did go. He wasn't lying. Okay? That's him right there. So, if you guys didn't get that that's what I'm saying, that's exactly what I'm saying. This guy was not a Venusian. Neither was the guy from Phil Snyder Val Thor. I think that Phil Snyder took the idea, and he tried to run with it. So, that's why you don't hear me really talk about it. I did talk about it once with you guys, but I felt that this one was more important because people give more thought to this story thinking that this was real. This event was not a real event. I have proven it's not. All right. Another thing I want to talk about. Augie Roberts, the guy who took the photographs, right? A lot of people haven't found him, right? Like, you know, he's passed away, of course, in 1994, April of 1994. And you guys wonder, wow, well, I can't find family members and all this. You know why, guys? The thing is, I did. His name, before he became known as Augie Roberts, and if you don't believe me, look it up yourselves, because not everyone on let me just say this clearly. Everyone on this planet has a social security number, right? So, his real name was August Incognito. That was his last name. Okay? Italian father. His mother was from, I believe, New York. All right? So, his name changed later on. It's what I'm telling you guys. That's why a lot of people can't find, you know, Augie Roberts, because they're looking for the wrong name. All right? Look up his social and you can see. He's one and the same guy. August Incognito. Okay? It's the same guy as Augie Roberts. It's the same guy. That's his name. But anyways, when you look up his military listing, that's what he enlisted as his real name, obviously, August Incognito. All right? But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that in Augie Roberts working with Gray Barker, the biggest hoaxer of the 1950s, and James Mosley, another big hoaxer, when you surround yourself with those guys, that can only mean one thing: not good. Okay? And he worked for both of those guys throughout all those years, and he took these photographs, like I told you, okay? And now with him saying that he gave it to Frank, and all that, by Frank saying, oh, well, yeah, Augie came to me and gave me all these photographs and told me, not only that, I took their picture. He said, I took his picture. That didn't make no sense, okay? Because if I was the photographer of that time and there were Venusians, I would be the one coming forward and telling people what I saw. And I wouldn't care if they don't believe me, because I'd be like, listen, I took the fucking photographs and I know who that is, But yet, we got a stranger, whose name happened to be Strangers, of course. He's the only one that came up with the Valiant Thor shit. Oh no, but now a lot of people jumped on the ship by saying, oh yeah, the government does speak about Valiant Thor. Stop fucking lying. There's no one out there that started speaking about Valiant Thor before Frank. And if there is, I want one of y'all out there to comment on my comment section below and tell me, show me, who started the Valiant Thor promotion first before Frank Ernest Strangers. Alright? It's funny because Howard Menger, like I said, he was the host of his own conference, and yet, years later, you don't hear him talk about no one by that name, Valiant Thor. Or Jill, or Dawn, or fucking Victor 1 Starship, or any of that shit. Oh no, but you guys are still gonna believe simply because Frank says, right? Because you got a smooth-talking individual like Howard Menger, like the other guys before him. They ain't no difference. They were all a bunch of con artists. That's all they were. And like I keep telling you guys, I am open-minded, yes. Do I believe in extraterrestrial? Yes. But you're not going to fool me by showing me photographs of the past, alright? And showing me sketches. That doesn't work for me. And I don't care if you had experiences, abductions, and you can say that all day, but you have to show me some form of proof that that took place, okay? That's the only way that I'm going to believe it. So, running around with the same pictures of the 1950s is not going to make me say, well, I thought this guy ages. Why can't you show me proof other than the 1950s photographs? That's not going to help me see if the guy's real. If you showed me a picture today, in 2017, of the same guy, doing something different, obviously, not sitting in a chair writing notes, like every other human would do. But anyways, I would believe the story. It's funny because, like I said, when I asked Julie Strangers, because she says she still communicates with Valiant Thor, right? Okay, then can you show me some photographs that he's real? And she said, well, he doesn't allow her to take photographs. So what am I supposed to think, guys? Huh? But then Augie Roberts can take countless photographs of this gentleman and his people, right? Come on, man. You guys, there's seriously something wrong with all of you guys out there. Okay, if you want to believe this crap, you can continue to believe it. It just angers me that, here I am. I took time to a lot of time, obviously, to look into this because I felt like, yeah, let me dive into this story and see where it leads me. And it led me to Frank. Same guy right there. It's not that hard to see that it's the same guy. But of course, you guys are not paying attention because you're saying that what I'm saying makes no sense. No, what I'm saying makes perfect sense. You're just being too ignorant to understand what I'm saying. You're not opening your mind just like you opened your mind when Frank was speaking about this story or you reading his book. Okay? Because even if I said that this wasn't Frank right here, his story makes no sense whatsoever. Okay? You got two officers that supposedly came to the individual. Then why didn't they step forward? Why didn't anyone else step forward? Why is just Frank the only person of the 1950s, mind you, to talk about Valiant Thor? No, but you guys want to make excuses for the guy who passed away in 2008, who, mind you, also said that Valiant Thor has healed him plenty of times. But what happened this time? He couldn't heal him this time? He couldn't extend his life this time? And when I asked his wife, Julie, about it, she said, oh, well, they killed him. And, you know, it was almost like she's saying that the doctors killed Frank, you know, like, or someone went and took his life before Val was able to heal him. It's always some typical responses, man. You know, it's always protecting the lies. But I can clearly see that she was not a good liar. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's like saying she was trying to hold on to something, and she knew that I knew that this story is not true. But you guys can go ahead and say what you want to say. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. I know more about Frank than you guys do because you don't look into nothing. You guys just want to believe that this gentleman sitting there, looking on to the people, writing notes. In this specific, obviously, this photograph, he's not writing notes. But in the other one, he is, with his head down, writing notes, writing notes, writing notes. A guy with a high IQ, above human capacity, writing notes. But yet you guys believe that fucking bullshit, right? Man, you guys are mind jobs. Seriously. Or should I say Frank was the mind job. Because he worked all of y'all into believing that this story is real. Now I'm sure a lot of you are going to be crying, oh, you with the Illuminati, oh, you're a Mason, oh, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not with any of that stuff. Not with any of that stuff at all. Like I told you, I'm just a normal human being, normal citizen of the United States, and I decided to look this up, and I saw something that no one saw. That young gentleman is Frank himself. All you gotta do is pay attention. Okay? And unfortunately, like I said, they used Womble's head, Jesse Womble's head, in the other photograph of Val Thor. Oh my God, you guys are a piece of work. Right here, man. That is Jesse Womble, man. That is not Frank Stranges. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying now? You like how I moved the camera? Huh? You like it? That is Jesse Womble. This is Frank Ernest Stranges. This is Frank Ernest Stranges. Do you get it now? Or do I have to speak clearer so that you guys can get it? Huh? It doesn't get any clearer than this. Alright? Ask Craig Campabasso. How come Valiant Thor was never introduced to him by Frank? Huh? He was his friend since 2001. Huh? So you mean to tell me all that time he been Frank's friend, he never once asked him, hey, can I meet Valiant Thor? Well, Valiant Thor was shy? Huh? But yet you have Frank talking about that the inner circle, which means his people, the little inner circle people, that they met Val Thor. Okay, well, then I guess Craig Campabasso wasn't a special person. You have to be some type of special person so this guy can appear to you, right? Of course, guys, that's the responses you're going to get from these con artists. They will do anything and everything to go around your questions. So if you have questions about it, they're going to come back with a typical response. Okay? And Julie confirmed everything when I asked her, do Frank have any photographs after the 1950s photographs of Valiant Thor and his people that he'd been showing all these years? And she said no, because Val do not allow him to take photographs. So there you have it. For those of you who didn't get what I said the first time, you heard me this time. Yes, I am saying that gentleman known as Valiant Thor is Frank. Is it clear enough for you? Huh? Is it clear enough for you? That's Frank Ernest Stranges right there. That's him. Same guy. But you guys don't have to believe me. Keep believing in this hoax. Go ahead. Keep believing that he's some Venusian, even though Frank never showed any photographs after the fact, after the 1950s. Well, it would have been nice to see photographs, right? Like I said earlier. You know, present photographs of these ageless individuals. It would have been nice to see them. Then I would have believed it. But, like I said, if someone can show me a side-by-side photograph of Frank Ernest Stranges standing with Val Thor, I believe it. But till then, simply because of the documented proof that I have, this is Frank. That is not no extraterrestrial human being from some other planet. He's from here, Earth. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1927, October 6th. Okay, can I get any clearer than that? You still don't believe? Well, all I can say is, man, good luck. If you want to keep spending your money on pathetic people that all they want to do is lie all day about these stories and other stories, you might as well go to a fake psychic too. Or a magician that's going to keep playing games with you. But, go ahead, you don't have to believe me. But you're too busy about me moving the camera, okay? Instead of listening to what I'm saying, which is more important than me moving the goddamn camera. Right? That's all I'm saying. Pay attention. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that this man came up with a story and everyone believes it. It's because the way he came up with it. And then all the people he used, of course, in his story are dead. Not one person alive to confirm that all this shit was real. Of course, Howard Menger didn't say this is real at all because he was protecting his own hoax. Showing his stupid Venusians that you couldn't see with blurry pictures. They're blurry and dark. Oh no, but these are them right there, right? You guys are so stupid. And that's how I gotta say it, man. You know? Don't expect me to be speaking professionally here. I'm speaking my mind just like you would speak your mind. Sometimes you have to speak a certain way so certain people can understand what you're saying. You get it? You don't? Then I don't know what to tell you. Well, anyways, you guys want to comment down below, you can if you like. And, tell me what you feel. Or if you believe that this still is a hoax, I can show you every single avenue to go to get to where I got to. So till then, I say I gotta go, guys. I see you on the next one.